Please stop putting it. It is paining me. Ada, in pain and agony, shouted unconsciously, struggling and trying with every strength in her to escape, all to no avail. Long time ago, in the beautiful and bustling city of Abiola, there lived a young and handsome hard-working man, Babalola, also called Papa Junior. His beautiful wife, Momiwa, also called Mama Junior, and their children, Junior 12 and Ada 10. Babalola was gentle, kind and easygoing. He trusted his wife with everything in him. Momiwa was a sharp contrast to his lovely husband. She was so difficult and hardly agreed she was wrong. She wouldn't believe her husband until he provided enough evidence. Babalola was a marine engineer. He traveled a lot and stayed away for weeks and sometimes for months. But whenever he was not away for work, he spent time at home with his family and hardly went out for any reason. He was a typical family man. Momiwa, on the other hand, was a banker. She was barely at home. Even when she was not at work, she either went shopping or to a beauty salon. To keep her further away from her family, she was recently promoted to the position of the branch manager of Monumental Bank, Abiola branch. At this point, the family had no choice than to employ an extra hand in taking care of their lovely children. Papa Junior suggested enrolling them in a boarding school, but Momiwa argued against that, citing recent cases of immorality, abuse and bullying recorded in boarding schools. Babalola reminded her that there were a lot of boarding schools which still upheld high moral standards, but that didn't change her mind. He suggested they get a grown-up nanny who wouldn't live permanently with them, or a young female help who would live with them. But before Babalola could finish speaking, Mama Junior interrupted. No, I am not cut out for that drama yet. You want to bring in your concubine in the name of a grown-up nanny, or you want to bring in a husband snatcher in the name of a young female help? Perish that idea. We are getting a young male help, and that's on period. He politely replied, Okay, that's nice. At that time, Junior was in class 3 in secondary school. Ada was in class 1, while their 18-year-old house help, Mufasa, was a fresh secondary school leaver. Mufasa was a trusted help since he came from Momiwa's cousin's family. Apart from a landline, the kids had no mobile phone. Only Mufasa was provided with a mobile phone with which he helped the kids with some of their assignments. Papa Junior had wanted to get the kids a smartphone, but Mama Junior objected, citing a video trending on social media which exposed the case of a 13-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl who were caught engaging in some immoral acts, which they ignorantly learned from their smartphones. Mufasa was overly friendly with the kids, especially Ada. He would leave his phone with the kids to play mobile games and watch YouTube videos. On several occasions, they did him unmerited favors in exchange for his mobile phone. Gradually, Mufasa began to creep into Ada's privacy. Sometimes, while the little innocent girl was watching videos on his phone, he would come from behind to tickle her or to gently touch her lower back or her upper front. She didn't understand what he was doing, but she enjoyed it anyway. On the other hand, Junior was already naively and ignorantly practicing the dangerous act of smoking, which he learned from Mufasa. Junior had a keen interest in singing and rapping. One day, he saw Mufasa rapping seamlessly with his headset and music player. Junior asked Mufasa how he pulled that through, and Mufasa lied to him that his inspiration came from the weed he was smoking. Junior doubted him, but he showed him some music videos of popular musicians popping some weed while singing and rapping. After feeling convinced, Junior ignorantly joined him in that dangerous trajectory just so he could up his singing and rapping game. On one unfortunate occasion, as Ada was innocently having a siesta, Mufasa mischievously encroached into her holy privacy, touching her gently without her permission. As Ada was unconsciously enjoying the act, he dipped his ungodly finger into her virgin honey pot. Ada woke up immediately and cried out loudly, "Please stop! Stop putting it! It is paining me!" Mufasa immediately stopped and apologized to her. He warned her not to tell anybody about what happened. He further threatened he would deny her as she had no evidence and would never allow her anywhere close to his phone if she dared to tell anyone about it. Henceforth, Mufasa started showing Ada a lot of adult videos on adult websites, trying very hard to deceive her to believe that the process was not going to be painful if she relaxed her mind. Ada argued that they were not adults yet, but he replied that he was 18 already and that if she did it, that would make her a big girl and she would automatically become an adult. Ada was beginning to believe him, but she wasn't convinced yet. She needed to talk to someone older and wiser. On several occasions, Ada had tried to talk to her mom about the whole overwhelming drama, but her mom would never give her audience. On one fateful day, Papa Junior, who had been away for a month, was on the phone with Mama Junior and had wanted to speak with her lovely daughter. Ada was excited and couldn't wait to talk to her dad about the whole myth of becoming an adult at age 10 going on 11. To Ada's greatest disappointment, her mom took away the phone from her immediately after exchanging pleasantries with his caring dad, just as she was about to start a deeper conversation with him. She accused her daughter of wasting her airtime, forgetting it was Papa Junior who called her and not the other way around. Since Ada wasn't convinced yet, she started avoiding Mufasa. When Mufasa noticed that, he devised another mischievous means. He added some weed into Ada's meal, and Ada felt dizzy and slept off. He went inside and locked the door. He was trying to defile the little innocent girl who was half asleep. "Please stop! Stop putting it! It is paining me!" Ada, in pain and agony, shouted unconsciously, struggling and trying with every strength in her to escape, all to no avail. Mufasa wouldn't let her be. Suddenly, he heard the doorbell ringing repeatedly. He was surprised. He wasn't expecting anybody, as he had kept Junior busy with some raps and his music player. Papa Junior had come home unannounced. His car broke down and he had taken it to his mechanic. He came through the small gate. He was shocked to see Junior popping some raps with a headset and a smartphone just outside of the house, and he could hear some distressful sounds coming from their living room. When he found out the door was locked, he quickly went towards the window, which was not completely closed. He couldn't believe what he saw through the window. In his confusion, something sharply crossed his mind, reminding him his wife would not believe him. Hence, he quickly recorded everything he saw through the window, including his son popping something outside of the house. He then proceeded to ring the doorbell continuously. He was literally running mad. Finally, Mufasa opened the door when he had hurriedly tidied up everywhere. Papa Junior quickly called a cab driver who drove everyone, including the house help, to the nearest hospital to have them examined by both a medical doctor and a psychiatric doctor. Everyone was okay. From the hospital, he handed Mufasa over to the police and took his children home. Mama Junior came home later that day. She learned of the incident but did not believe her husband. She blatantly accused him of sending Mufasa away just so he could bring in his concubines as house helps. At this point, Papa Junior showed her the video recording. She was ashamed of herself, but she wouldn't apologize, at least not immediately. She went into the living room to cry and think about her annoying life. For days, the house suffocated in silence. No one spoke to one another. Few days later, Mama Junior gathered courage and apologized sincerely to her husband. Mufasa was bailed and taken straight to a rehabilitation center. Papa Junior convened a meeting later that night. He cancelled the children and allowed them to go into their living room to rest. When the children left, Mama Junior apologized to Papa Junior again and again and promised to be a better wife and mother. He accepted her apologies wholeheartedly, and they unanimously agreed on a lot of things. They agreed to enroll Junior and Ada in a boarding school when each graduated from junior secondary school. In the meantime, they agreed to employ a grown-up nanny who would come to assist them during the day and leave in the evening. They would also get their children a smartphone with premium parental guidance. They would provide explicit sex education for their children with the help of a visiting counselor. Mama Junior promised to be more welcoming to her kids, especially her daughter. She also volunteered to temporarily resign her position as a bank manager to work in a lower capacity in the customer service department, which would allow her to work from home on some occasions. They also decided they would install CCTV cameras to monitor what is going on in their house in their absence. Things took a new turn for the better. Tired already, Babalola hugged Mommy One and they both retired to bed happy. Let me know what you learned in the comment section below. At what age do you think children should be allowed to use smartphones with or without parental guidance? If you enjoyed the story, please subscribe for more entertaining and insightful stories. See you in my next video. Peace out.